So many different times in my life, I've played with broken or hurt things, broken foot, broken leg, broken hand, broken arm, broken sternum, broken collarbone. I could keep going if I just thought more about bones. Why, man? Because I loved it. I loved playing the game. I was passionate about it. One of the reasons I even get encouraged at seeing all of you here. Do you know why I get encouraged by that? Is because you could be anywhere doing a lot of different things, but you chose to be here.
Some shows don't need a celebrity narrator to introduce the show, but this show does. In a world filled with endless opportunities, why would two men who have built 13 multi-million-dollar businesses altruistically invest 5 hours per day to teach you the best practice business systems and moves that you can use? Because they believe in you. And they have a lot of time on their hands. They started from the bottom, now they're here. It's the Thrivetime show starring the former U.S. Small Business Administration's Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark, and the entrepreneur trapped inside an optometrist's body, Dr. Robert Zuttner. 2 men, 8 kids, co-created by 2 different women, 13 multi-million-dollar businesses.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
Mr. Clyde started from the bottom, and now we're at the top, teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of 5, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the CNC up on your radio, and now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here. Now we here.
Today's been a beautiful day. I've been blessed and fortunate to bring you into my home and walk around the garden and look at this fantastic setting. And it's actually not as simple as, well, I made it, look where I am. I think look where I am comes from a really scary place, and I think we all have to face this. And maybe that seems a bit strange right now, coming out of my face, that look where I am and this is a scary place. But I think it's true, because if the push with the business is to hold on to what you have, then everything is at risk. And the things that are at risk are the most important things. The kids, school, food, medical insurance, cars, mortgages, the real stuff. It's so much easier to go to work, get a paycheck, and have the security of budgeting your life from that paycheck. But here comes what Thrive is all about. I believe Thrive is about taking that chance, that risk, and that opportunity to manifest something this lifetime that you believe in. I've had many nights of waking up, vibrating in bed, shaking and trying to figure out what tomorrow will look like. $7 or $6.20 in the pocket, being in the verge of debt, waiting for the next check to come in, and then being in a position to go out and try to get somebody to believe in this concept, this idea, this ingenious way to support or change the way people think, behave, and something that may be an incredible opportunity for a business venture. So the nitty-gritty, the tough stuff. How do we get to a place where we face the trauma of not having the money, not having the backer, not having the support, not having the person who we have even in our contact list? Who are we going to go to? Is this a friend of a friend? This is tough stuff. This is really difficult. Clay spoke about something really important this morning. He asked me a question and he mentioned about believing in yourself and adversity, and then we spoke a little bit about how you could think and make this thought manifest because you believe in this thought. There were books that were written on this, and there are programs that don't stop being positive and don't stop with this thinking. But in practical terms, what do you do when you don't have a database? You need people to support and help you, but you don't have the money to pay them. You don't want to give them stock in your company that doesn't exist. You don't want to make promises that you can't match at the end of the day. And you don't want to also give your equity of your business away before you have a business, because there's no valuation of nothing. So where are we going to start? The first place to start is the least inexpensive way to be really, really clear of what this idea is. Once you know what this idea is, you need to write it out. It's got to be sketched. You've got to bring your idea in your head into physical manifestation. So the steps are, what is my visual? And today visuals are very different. It's a website. It needs a name. It needs a look and a feel because it's a brand. But that's fine. But you need money to do that. So how do you get from step 1 to step 2? And this is something that you possibly know, and I know from experience of a startup, that this is possibly one of the hardest things to do. What is this visual going to be? And I think these are the people that you need to go after in the beginning. And you can't go after these people until you have some money to pay them. And if you don't go to somebody that has some talent, then it's going to reflect on what your presentation is going to be, because it's going to reflect the future of your business and what this opportunity is. So we know that there are a lot of steps and there are a lot of rules, like make if, fake it till you make it. Don't stop believing in yourself. Believe in the concept. Say the concept over and over. But that's sort of philosophical really now in one respect. We need to get practical. You need a photograph on your iPhone. You need a video. You need some drawings. You need a CAD drawing. Depending on the nature of your product, you need to be able to articulate it. It needs to have a tagline. It needs to have a name. If you're trying to protect a name, you're going to have to go through the patent process. You're going to have to see that your name's available. So you have to go through the research of going onto the internet and making sure that your name actually is free so you can purchase the domain. Most domains are between $9 and $17 or $20 to secure for a year. Secure your name. Just like your name, maybe Jonathan Goldberg, Johnny G. Is johnnyg.com available? No. Jonathan Goldberg? Possibly not. You may have to alter your plan by just securing a name. From securing the name, are you going to be branding your products with this name? So these steps need to be thought out prior to going to your investor. And if you don't have the opportunity to go through these steps, the basic foundational steps, you possibly shouldn't be pursuing this part of your opportunity right now. So the things you can do that aren't going to cost you money, that are going to cost you time. Plot and plan the journey. Develop the strategy. Secure your name. Secure this concept. Work on your tagline. If there's a logo, sketch around so you can get clear on this. If your organization is going to be around a product, think out this product, because these are the questions that potential investors or people that you're going to run into are going to be asking you. It's happened to me 100 times. I've shown up in a meeting and somebody's asked me a question. I haven't thought out the question. I sort of sit with a blank face. I fumble around and that's it. It's over. So the most reflective part of the journey for me is one, not to just see the end game, but work from the end game to the beginning. And this is what I'm articulating right now. See the end game. I want to do the race across America. I see New York City. I then go from New York City and I come back to LA. When I'm in LA, I have to think about how am I going to cross America on a bicycle? What type of bicycle? Do I need to get it sponsored? How many sets of wheels? What am I going to do for fuel? Am I going to have to go and talk to a nutrition company? Who's going to help me with the mechanical side of putting my bicycle together? Do I need a mechanic? Am I going to need somebody to follow me on this journey that's going to be able to support me for 220 hours? These are the kind of details that you need to break down. So if you're taking this venture, Thriver and Thrivers of the world, we are all in the same boat. We have this incredible opportunity to use the resource center to go and tap into the minds and intelligence of so many mentors on this one portal, this one website that can give us the encouragement, the insights, and the basics for us to grow. My takeaway from this, what you can get from me is, if you're going to go down, you may as well just go down, and go down with a fight, and remember that it's only business. There's business, there's work, there's life, and there's happiness. So these things, I think, outweigh all the other things. And if you should be blessed where you have millions and billions of dollars and your business is a legacy for your family and your family's family, that is inspiring. But in the beginning stages, there's nothing more important to head out into this battle, being able to take a knock, and if you take a knock, don't give up on the process. The process is something till your dying day that you keep fighting for. And this is what makes us incredible, resilient as human beings, that we've got the ability to never give up, to keep moving forward, and to make our dreams an extension of who we are. So we spoke a little bit about manifesting and believing in yourself. Manifesting and believing in yourself is really what it's all about, because this is going to be the next step. Once you come up with the idea of the prototype, once you formulate your ideas, you formulate your principles, you spend lots of time with a notepad, you do your sketches, you're the genius, nobody understands what you're doing, but that's good. This is it. As long as you have the passion to write and blog and make these notes and this diary, that's fantastic. Now you've done that and you've got this all together. Who's going to help you get the next steps done? Because at the end, you need to have it boxed in a package and it needs to have a price tag on it. And with that price tag, somebody's got to have a channel to be able to drop some money on this price tag so it lands up in your bank account. Now today they have Stripe and they have all these things and they have PayPal and all these ways to get money into your bank account. But until that happens, there's a lot of stuff that has to come into play. So the next thing they say is your best advocates are family and friends. But after you run out of family and friends, where are you going to go? You're going to go into the real world. You're going to be in the ring, taking punches on your own. And there's no guarantee that it's going to work. It may or it may not. So you need to find the team, the tribe, the crew, the disciples, the associates, the ambassadors, the mentors, the business side, the structure, the support. It's one thing having these ideas and the creativity. The other thing is to actually bringing it to fruition, to manifestation. So the first thing I do is I go to the wife, and that's the CEO of everything I do in life. And if the wife agrees that this is a place that we'll put time and energy in, then it's a go. Because there's no guarantee with these things. And you know, I've heard ideas are dime a million. No, they're not. An idea is unique within itself, and every idea is precious. So if the wife gives a sign off and the check on that, the next step is to now start to put the structure together. So you have to share this with someone who you possibly maybe don't like, somebody who may be a little antagonistic, somebody who doesn't believe, somebody when you're carrying those Ginsu knives into the store that sort of is going to reject you. And this is great opportunity to really be secure that you know your stuff. Whether they like it or not is not important. It's to feel uncomfortable with the product that you have. Because if you feel uncomfortable with the product that you have, and you can make this make sense to somebody else, then I think this is a big trick. Because people that love it are going to love it anyway. People that believe in it are going to believe it anyway. So now you look for the first person on your team. This person has to believe in you, believe in the product, and believe in the person who's going to get some benefit from this opportunity, no matter what it is. Because if there isn't some benefit for somebody else, then what's the whole purpose of the endeavor in the first place? And it possibly won't be financially viable or successful. If I get somebody who is passionate, that will respond to me within 5 minutes, that comes up with ideas and creativity, that's somebody worth investing time and energy into. If I find somebody who is the best in their field, that person is a valued asset and benefit. My dad always used to say, if you play a game with somebody who's better than you, it will improve your game. So I look for two types of employees. or two types of people that will be able to advance your product and your organization. That's one person who has weaknesses but is very, very, very eager to grow, and the other person is this expert in their field, and they sort of know it and fastidious about what they do. So that's a couple of little tips. I think the most important takeaways are: believe in the people who may not have everything in the beginning, but believe in the sense of who they are, their integrity, what opportunity and potential they see for themselves. If they don't have vision and dreams, then they're going to stunt and limit themselves in this organization. You possibly aren't going to be in a place to motivate somebody who's not motivated within themselves. So you need somebody who wants to grow, who's motivated, but they may not have all the skills. Don't worry about that. That's what a good coach is all about. A good coach is to take somebody and to nurture them, encourage them, and give them the tools so they can grow, not only as a human being, but grow as a potential asset in your business. And the other is surround yourself with people that are better than you, and that will rise your game. And these people may be marketing people, they may be alliances that will be selling your product. Make them feel part of the family. And that's where I'm really good. I've always managed to bring my team together and make them feel like a family, that they're not in a corporate business structure, that every human being I touch is being touched in the most sincere way from my heart and soul. And for my wife and I, it's always about what we can do to participate in the lives of somebody else. And if somebody else, you've heard this possibly a million times, is doing well and it's a business relationship, you are doing well as well. And if your staff and the people you're working with and the people that believe in you really believe in you as a human being, they respect you as a human being, and they respect themselves, this is a great platform to grow. So it comes down to being an authentic, true human being that cares and is compassionately involved with the lives and the well-being of the people that you are doing business with. So from the first prototype to the many years of time and energy that it takes to come up with your concept, to come up with the idea, and to sit back and know that there are times you can push and there are times that you come back. And the times that you come back is when the tide and the ocean has no waves, it flattens out, and there's the time where the waves are in. It's a natural cycle. Don't push against the grain. Try flow with it. You hear about flow. You hear about the natural essence of moving with the current. Don't go against the current. There are times where you'll be highly motivated, highly passionate, and keep your eye on the ball. And possibly the most important ball is your family and the people that care the most. That's, I think, the way you get through the many nights and the many months that you'll face till you reach manifestation. Most people think that when you have a great idea, you have this concept, it's so simple, why doesn't anybody understand it? I get it, this is it, I'm going to change the world, and this is going to be the next big thing. That's it. That's what it's all about. But there's some steps from there that become really important, like what does it look like? Because an idea that's just an idea that somebody can't see, feel, or touch is all in your mind. So you need to have a drawing, a sketch, something that somebody can say, yeah, I get it. Then you have to deal with the approval process. Like, this is cool, not so cool. and then they say not so cool, and you have to believe in it and say no, very cool, I need to go to somebody else, like 1,000 other people that say not so cool, and one person says cool, and then you're on your way. So this was a labor of love. But you're looking at a finished product. I want to show you the first one, and I never show anybody this because this is secret weapon stuff. So I'm going to take you on a journey just around the corner for a second. So if you follow me, I know they should be in museums. And this guy over here is withstanding the test of time. This actually was number one of the first spinning bike that I actually lost a piece of my digit finger building by hand. And I know I should keep it in perfect condition, but it has my first gear shifter when I was 16 and I rode across South Africa for charity. I took this gear shifter and put it on my first spinning bike. So this actually is the first spinning prototype, and it has a little insignia at the bottom from a company called the Masters J. All my family all have J's. Jordan, Johnny, Jody, Jason and Jackie. So that's the first spinning bike. So from that prototype, I actually got a investor to come and look at it. And he said, I wouldn't give you $500 for this idea. Okay. Finished product, branded, labeled. So how long does it take to get to that? I had the idea on a bicycle in 1987 during the race across America. 1987, in 1992, the blue prototype is born. This is like, here it is. Here's manifestation. Built by hand, welded by hand. A friend of mine welded metal tubes together. To 1995, the first spinning bike, branded, logo, believed in it, actually went and tattooed it on my leg. From the tattoo on my leg, it landed up as the spinning man, and this symbol would become a symbol for anybody passionate about the bicycle. The spinning logo, the spinning brand, the spinning name, the spinning patterns, 7 patterns on the bicycle was born. Was it an easy trip? Nah, it took a lot of nights, a lot of energy, and a lot of trust and belief within myself. Was there adversity? Of course there was adversity. Was it worth staying with? Absolutely. Crank cycle. First crank cycle. I went to a company called Matrix Fitness, and I said to Matrix, I've got this idea. And Matrix came to the dojo and they saw the prototype prior to this, and they said, we get it. The relationship started 6 years after I built the first prototype. It was in 1992 that I saw somebody in a wheelchair at a spinning event staying with the group on a hand cycle. 2000, and actually it was 2002. 2002, I incubated this idea. In 2006, I built the first prototype. 2006, I brought this idea to Matrix in 2008. Matrix built this first prototype, and what was amazing about this machine is it would give people of all opportunities an opportunity. A wheelchair would pull in, they'd be able to train on this piece of equipment and coordinate it with the spinning bike. How long did this take? Idea started in 2002, incubated with a prototype to 2006. From 2006, this whole concept only started to go out into commerce by 2011. By 2014, there were 10,000 installations across the world, and people enjoying this activity called cranking and the crank cycle. So the moral of the story and the end of the story, it starts with your idea. That's the pearl, that's the gem, that's what you protect, that's what you hold close to your heart. Never let anybody take that away from you, because that is the essence of who you are as a human being. That is your dream, that is your vision, that is everything that you have within yourself, and this isn't easy to come by. This is magic. This is the birth of something within yourself, your creativity, your genius. And it's in this place that's more important than other. The rest is all academic. You need to draw it, you need to make it, you need to find a way to bring it into manifestation. And the rest is for greater people than myself. The marketing, the engineering, the product manufacturing, the distribution, the sales, all that. I'm an idea guy. I'm a passionate guy. I am somebody on the planet that is all about helping and guiding other human beings to find the best within themselves. That's a piece of my story.
JT, do you know what time it is?
4:10.
It's Tebow time in Tulsa, Jerusalem, baby. Tim Tebow is coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma. During the month of Christmas, December 5th and 6th, 2024, Tim Tebow is coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma in the 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show Business Growth Workshop. Yes, folks, put it in your calendar. This December, the month of Christmas, December 5th and 6th, Tim Tebow is coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma in the Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business growth workshop. We've been doing business conferences here since 2005. I've been hosting business conferences since 2005. What year were you born?
1995.
Dude, I've been hosting business conferences since you were 10 years old. And a lot of people, have followed Tim Tebow's football career on the field and off the field. And off the field, the guy's been just as successful as he has been on the field. Now, the big question is, JT, how does he do it?
Well, they're going to have to come and find out because I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, Tim Tebow's going to teach us how he organizes his day, how he organizes his life, how he's proactive with his faith, his family, his finances. He's going to walk us through his mindset that he brings into the gym, into business. It is going to be a blasty blast in Tulsa, Jerusalem. Folks, I'm telling you, if you want to learn branding, you want to learn marketing, you want to learn search engine optimization, you want to learn social media marketing, that's what we teach at the Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive workshop. If you want to learn accounting, you want to learn sales systems, you want to learn how to build a linear workflow, you want to learn how to franchise your business, that is what we teach at the 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show business workshop. Over the years, we've had the opportunity to feature Michael Levine, the PR consultant of choice for Nike, for Prince, for Michael Jackson. We've had the top PR consultant in the history of the planet has spoken at the Thrivetime Show workshops. We've had Jill Donovan, the founder of RusticCuff.com, a company that creates apparel worn by celebrities all throughout the world. Jill Donovan, the founder of RusticCuff.com, has spoken at the 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show business workshops. We have the guy We have had the man who's responsible for turning around Harley Davidson, a man by the name of Ken Schmidt. He has spoken at the Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshops. Folks, I'm telling you, these events are going to teach you what you need to know to start and grow a successful business. And the way we price the events, the way we do these events, is you can pay $250 for a ticket or whatever price that you can afford. What? Yes, we've designed these events to be affordable for you, and we want to see you live and in person at the 2-day interactive December 5th and 6th Thrivetime Show Business Workshop. Everything that you need to succeed will be taught at the 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show Business Workshop, December 5th and 6th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And the way we do these events is we teach for 30 minutes, and then we open it up for a question and answer session so that wonderful people like you can have your questions answered. Yes, we teach for 30 minutes, and then we open it up for a 15-minute question and answer session. It's interactive. It's 2 days. It's in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We've been doing these events since 2005, and I'm telling you, folks, it's going to blow your mind. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshop is America's highest rated and most reviewed business workshop. See the thousands of video testimonials from real people just like you who've been able to build multi-million-dollar companies. Watch those testimonials today at thrivetimeshow.com. Simply by clicking on the testimonials button right there at thrivetimeshow.com, you're going to see thousands of people just like you who've been able to go from just surviving to thriving. Whoa. Each and every day, we're going to add more and more speakers to this all-star lineup, but I encourage everybody out there today, get those tickets today. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com. And some people might be saying, well, how do I do it? What do I do? How does it work? You just go to thrivetimeshow.com. Let's go there now. We're feeling the flow. We're going to thrivetimeshow.com. Again, you just go to thrivetimeshow.com. You click on the business conferences button, and you click on the request tickets button right there. The way I do our conferences is we tell people it's $250 to get a ticket.
Yep.
Or whatever price that you can afford. And the reason why I do that is I grew up without money. JT, you're in the process of building a super successful company. Did you start out with $1 million in the bank account?
No, I did not. Nope, did not get any loans, nothing like that. Did not get an inheritance from parents or anything like that. I had to work for it, and I'm super grateful. I came to a business conference. That's actually how I met you, met Peter Taunton. I met all these people.
So if you're out there today and you want to come to our workshop, again, you just got to go to thrivetimeshow.com. You might say, well, who's speaking? We already covered that. You might say, where's it going to be? It's going to be in Tulsa, Jerusalem, Oklahoma. And someone says, Tulsa, Jerusalem. I'm really trying to rebrand Tulsa as Tulsa, Jerusalem, sort of like the Jerusalem of America. But if you type in Thrivetime Show and Jinx, you can get a sneak peek or a look at our office facility. This is what it looks like. This is where you're headed. It's going to be a blasty blast. You can look inside, see the facility. We're going to have hundreds of entrepreneurs here. It is going to be packed. Now, for this particular event, folks, the seating is always limited because my facility isn't a limitless convention center. You're coming to my actual home office, and so it's going to be packed. Who? You're going to come. Who? You? I'm talking to you. You can just get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. And again, you can name your price. We tell people it's $250 or whatever price you can afford. And we do have some select VIP tickets, which gives you an access to meet some of the speakers and those sorts of things. And those tickets are $500. It's a 2-day interactive business workshop, over 20 hours of business training. We're going to give you a copy of my newest book, The Millionaire's Guide to Becoming Sustainably Rich. You're going to leave with a workbook. You're going to leave with everything you need to know to start and grow a super successful company. It's practical, it's actionable, and it's Tebow time right here in Tulsa, Jerusalem. Get those tickets today at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com.
Hello, I'm Michael Levine, and I'm talking to you right now from the center of Hollywood, California, where I have represented over the last 35 years 58 Academy Award winners, 34 Grammy Award winners, 43 New York Times bestsellers. I've represented a lot of major stars, and I've worked with a lot of major companies. And I think I've learned a few things about what makes them work and what makes them not work. Now, why would a man living in Hollywood, California, in the beautiful sunny weather of LA, come to Tulsa? Because last year I did it, and it was damn exciting. Clay Clark has put together an exceptional presentation, really life-changing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you then. I'm Michael Levine. I'll see you in Tulsa.
Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the world's highest rated and most reviewed business workshops because we teach you what you need to know to grow.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
And now you may be thinking, what does it actually cost to attend an in-person 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show business workshop? Well, good news. The tickets are $250 or whatever price that you can afford. What? Yes, they're $250 or whatever price you can afford. I grew up without money, and I know what it's like to live without money. So if you're out there today and you want to attend our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop, all you got to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com to request those tickets. And if you can't afford $250, we have scholarship pricing available to make it affordable for you.
I learned at the Academy, Kings Point in New York. Acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say.
Whoa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Radio Show. Today I'm broadcasting from Phoenix, Arizona, not Scottsdale, Arizona. They're close, but they're completely different worlds. And we have a special guest today. Definition of intelligence is if you agree with me, you're intelligent. And so this gentleman is very intelligent. I've done his show before also, but very seldom do you find somebody who lines up on all counts. And it's a Mr. Clay Clark. He's a friend of a good friend, Eric Trump. But we're also talking about money, bricks, and how screwed up the world can get in a few and a half hour. So Clay Clark is a very intelligent man, and there's so many ways we could take this thing. But I thought, since you and Eric are close, Trump, what were you saying about what Trump can't, what Donald, who's my age, and I can say or cannot say?
First of all, I have to honor you, sir. I want to show you what I did to one of your books here. There's a guy by the name of Jeremy Thorne, who was my boss at the time. I was 19 years old, working at Faith Highway. I had a job at Applebee's, Target, and DirecTV. And he said, have you read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? And I said, no. And my father, may he rest in peace, he didn't know these financial principles. So I started reading all of your books and really devouring your books. And I went from being an employee to self-employed, to the business owner, to the investor. And I owe a lot of that to you. And I just wanted to take a moment to tell you, thank you so much for allowing me to achieve success. And then I'll tell you all about Eric Trump. But I just want to tell you, thank you, sir, for changing my life.
But not only that, Clay, thank you, but you become an influencer. More than anything else, you've evolved into an influencer where your word has more and more power. So that's why I congratulate you on becoming. Because as you know, there's a lot of fake influencers out there too, or bad influencers.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm glad you and I agree so much, and thanks for reading my books.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thrill for me today. Not a thrill, but recognition is when people, young men especially, come up and say, I read your book, changed my life. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this.
I learned at the academy, Kings Point in New York, acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say. Whoa.